Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you why I think that this BMW i3 is better than the Tesla Model 3. So the first thing we're going to talk about, guys, is the looks. Well, let's see how this looks. This car is very futuristic. Still to this day, this was released in 2014, and it still looks very good now at 2022. You can't beat that, right? So it's got really unique design. You can never mistake this car going down the road for a different car. It's just the i3, and that's one thing I like about this car, is that it's very unique, very efficient, and very actually comfortable to drive. See here, I did do some modifications to this car from when I got it. So I bought this car. It's actually a gray color. I decided to go ahead and put a wrap on it, so it has a gold wrap. I painted the wheels black, and also I added a couple of aerodynamic features to it. Well, not I would say it's just basically it's all cosmetic, but we do have a front splitter here, and then did change also the side mirror caps, and also I added a special the light here now, as you can see that, and a blue light does come on after for a while. Let's see that again. So it's got the yellow light, and after that it turns into a blue light, a little sequential order there. It does a little pattern for you, so that's kind of cool, right? And I also put a side skirt that comes out here on the side, and in the rear I did put a little lip spoiler on the top roof. On top of that, I went ahead and put some little air diffuser in the bottom as well. So all this stuff you can purchase on eBay. It's probably going to cost you less than like around $100 for all these things. I know my car already has a rear camera, but I did a review on this rear camera right here, which is wireless, and it's really cool, and it hooks up to the rear view mirror. I added a CarPlay to the CarPlay system, and I also added a little subwoofer in the back, a little 8-inch subwoofer from Rockville. Again, this is fairly inexpensive upgrades. In the inside, you can see that, turn it on, it does have Apple CarPlay, but it's gonna hook up to my phone, so I shut it off. Later I'll turn on the CarPlay so you guys can check it out. Very easy to install. Everything is installed under the back bench, and pretty easy. You just run the wire along the side here and up to the panel here, and you just plug in, and then you're good to go. And another reason why this car is great is that this car is the BMW i3 Rex Edition. That means range extender. It has a little engine in the back that's not connected to the drivetrain, but it's just connected to the battery. All it does is generates power for the battery, and it usually kicks in. See where that little hash mark is right there? So once you've depleted all the battery, when you get down here, the gas engine will then turn on to generate power back into the battery. If you guys have an i3 or actually any BMW, man, it is a must to get Beamer code so that you can change things around and customize your car to the way you want it. So some of the things that you can customize, especially for the i3, is that now you can actually expand your fuel capacity. So now you can actually take the 2 gallons to fill the tank. You can tell it when to start the gas engine to charge the battery. But here's a catch. You can only charge after 80%. So once you finish this first bar, right there at that first bar right there, right when it gets there, you can then turn it on. I coded it with number 1 here, so once I press 1, it goes ahead and turns on the engine, which is really awesome because now you can kind of calculate when you're driving on the freeway what is going to be better for you. You can maximize your mileage by doing that. So what I try and do is when I'm on the freeway at high speeds, I turn on the range extender, and then when I do get into city streets, I go back to all electric. And then worst comes to worst, there's so many charging stations now that you can actually charge your car pretty much anywhere. So it's really cool. Now, I haven't put gas in this thing for like a month or so. And I know everyone around me, gas price so high, gas price so I'm like, man, I'm not worried about it. So that's one of the positive things of driving an electric car. Sure, people are going to say, yes, electric cars do use more power, right, from the power grid. And what powers the power grid? Fossil fuels. So it still does release CO2, but for me, and I love the planet. I love the place where we live, and I don't want to ruin it. But for my specific use, I don't have to worry about going to the gas station at all times, which is perfect for me because when you do have an electric car, you get home, you plug it in, it starts charging. So when you get up in the morning to go to work, you have a fully charged vehicle. And that is the positive thing. It's kind of like coming home with your regular internal combustion engine car, and then you wake up in the morning, the tank is full. 3, a lot of the things that I've added to this car is fairly cheap. The wrapping can get pretty expensive. I do have a friend that does the wrapping, so if any of you guys in SoCal interested in getting your vehicles wrapped, man, let me know. Or anything that you need to wrap for your business or for personal use, he does great work. So what we did was we took the same wrap film that we have on the outside, brought it also on the inside. Instead of having this wood paneling here, we went ahead and matched it with the wrap that we have outside. So it's kind of cool. It brings that little extra something to the car, and it's not just that wood look. It looks a lot better, in my opinion. For you, it might be different. And finally, the last thing is maintenance. The maintenance on this vehicle is pretty easy. All electric vehicles, pretty much. The only thing you have to worry about is any of the moving parts. You just have to worry about your range extender engine, and you can change the oil on that depending on how often you use the generator. If you don't use it a lot, man, you're fine. You're easy peasy. And when you do go to the settings here, vehicle info, and we look at the vehicle status, service required, brake fluid, and vehicle check, man. That is it. So not too bad. No crazy stuff. And then another thing that you could do with this car is once you have Beamer code, you can, I told you all the little settings that you could change. Another thing that you can change is this. You can change your drive mode. So this car has comfort mode. This is your basic setting, basic daily driving. But on top of that, once you open it up, you can actually get Sport, and you can also get Sport Plus. So sport oriented settings with traction control active. Eco Pro is already set up, and Eco Pro Plus, but you're limited to 56 miles an hour. For me, I like to keep it in Sport Plus because the sport setting, this is how BMW imagined this car being released. It doesn't give you extra speed, but the sensitivity of the acceleration, it gives you a little bit more oomph. There's a supercharger that they do have for this car, but you do have to have the special extra, I don't know, DC adapter. Some only has a J1772, but this one also has a little attachment at the bottom so that you can plug it in for a faster charge. So you can't really beat that. And I go with EVgo. EVgo is perfect. I love it. They're all over Walmart, and Walmart's everywhere. So you have charging places everywhere, man. You can't go wrong with this. I hope you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing and check out my other videos on different cars. We talk about cars, we talk about motorcycles. So I do have a couple of videos coming out. It's going to be an update on the electric vehicles, the electric three-wheeler cars, and I'm also going to be updating you guys on my new motorcycle. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I will talk to you guys in our next video. Bye.